Welcome to Crimes of Passion Book 2, now playing as Countess Juliana Gorgescu. 8 years ago, on a secluded yacht off the shores of Drakovia. A storm rages outside and you cozy up to your future spouse, completely engrossed in a lurid romance novel. Nothing beats a good enemies to lover story. A gust of wind rocks the boat, causing your sleeping partner to stir. Tristan Thorne dozes beside you, an arm draped across your body. Is this Prince Tristan Thorne? Yep, that'd be him. Haven't seen the old guy in a while. Stormy. Protect. Protect me. From what, you silly thing? Nothing can hurt me while you're here, my prince. You pull a blanket from a basket, tugging it around him. He stirs slightly, then settles once more. Always the cuddle bug. You could sleep through any... Your words stop short as a distinct bird call echoes from outside. Your breath catches in your throat. You know that sound from anywhere. That can't be, could it? That was the worst bird call I've ever heard. At your whisper, the sleeping Tristan tightens his hold around you. Right here, love. Maybe it's just my imagination, and it's not... The bird call sounds again in reply. You take a deep breath and extract yourself from Tristan's hold. I'll be right back, my love. You mark your page in the book, carefully rise from the bed and tiptoe out the door. As you step onto the deck, the wind whips at your hair. On the fair railing, a hastily tied rope thuds against the side of the yacht. Mysterious dinghy, it has to be. You gaze out into the fog, looking for shadows, feeling the cool air prickle the nape of your neck. I know it's you. Well, it's hardly a secret, is it? You push down a fresh wave of revulsion as you stare at the person who's plagued you for months. You don't avert your gaze. Stop following me. How long can this go on? You need to go. Your theatrics are exhausting. You never could accept when a scene was finished, when all the cards had been played. The familiar voice from the shadows ceased with anger as it answers back. But I finally found a way we can get everything we've always wanted. Your mind flashes to the man you love below deck, his name a whisper on your lips. Tristan, help. The figure steps forward, a gloved hand reaching for your throat. You stumble back, willing your voice to carry as the thunder peals through the sky. Tristan! Chapter 1, To Catch a Thief. Welcome back to present-day New York Private Detective Rose. Let's get you ready for your next case. First, what are your pronouns? Pretty sure we've known these since book 1. What was importing? Perfect. Now let's choose your look. I thought we were importing from book 1. Whatever. I literally had to think back to how we looked, and then I remember the whole, Lucifer thing, so... What was the point of importing, then? Great, I'm ready for the next case. Do you want to rename your character? No. Just one last thing before we jump in. Would you like a refresher? No, I'm good. In that case, it's time for a new mystery to unravel. If you ever want a recap of my things, all the videos are up on the channel. Now playing as Detective Chloe Rose. You gaze up at a pristine jewelry store on 5th Avenue, shaking your head. I can't believe she called us for help. I already feel out of place here. Your investigative partner, Tristan, sidles up to your side, his hand barely brushing yours. Nonsense. You've taken cases from several mysterious socialites. What's the harm rubbing elbows with a few more? Just my dignity. Tristan chuckles and opens the store's door for you. He gestures for you to go ahead. Thanks, but you stole my move. I can open doors all by myself. You forgot to bow first. I take it all back. Rubbing elbows with New York's elite has completely gone to your head. So, you're not gonna kiss my rings while you're at it? A smirk lights up his face as he makes a grand gesture of bowing. And here I thought it'd be simple to open a door for my partner. As the word partner leaves his lips, you shush him and drop your voice to a whisper. Watch it, we decided to hide our relationship, not announce it. But it's been weeks. Besides, partners can mean a great many things. Just keep it professional while we're on the job, please. Partners, you're literally partners. Shut up. As you wish, partner. Inside the jewelry store, 3 NYPD officers are huddled in conversation, looking starkly out of place beside the glittering diamonds on display. Oh good, the circus is already here. We need to track down and return the jewels before the Met Gala. A couple $1 million worth of royal jewels go missing, and we're worried about some actresses wearing to a party? More likely, the captain's worried about the repercussions of the crown jewels of Monticero being stolen from a vault downtown. What are you doing here, Rose? Your newfound fame doesn't give you the right to trapeze through my crime scene. Oh, Thompson, I thought you'd be excited to team up again. Took that stick out of your ass weeks ago. She was okay in the end of book 2. You think you see a flicker of a smile play across her lips. Excited isn't the word I'd use. So why are you here? We've been hired by the Queen Amalis of Monticero to ensure her jewels are returned promptly. Yeah? Well, you can't tell Queenie we've already solved this one. Really? Then you should have the jewels in your hand. Did the thief leave a calling card? As good as what as. Bird took him, probably to pay for his glitter habit. Bird hasn't been running glitter since our heartache case. He was scared pantsless. Holbeck, can I have a word outside? Captain Thompson ushers Morrison Holbeck out, muttering something about compromising investigation. Tristan turns to you with a puzzled expression. Bird the glitter dealer doesn't strike me as a competent enough for this. Let's figure out who the real culprit is, please. You and Tristan head downstairs to the scene of the crime, the store's opulent private vault. Still can't believe the Queen of Monticero hired the agency. The crown jewels of Monticero and I have a history. Queen Amalis wore them to a Drakovian ball once, back when I was unexiled. They were exquisite, sapphires, diamonds, and the size of grapes set into a silver tiara. Sounds like these jewels made an impression on you, kinda gaudy, are less problematic than the heartache killers. Made an impression on you. Naturally. You'll never forget the tiara your brother stole from a neighboring royal. Coming in? My brother Caspar once stole the Monticero crown jewels at a Drakovian ball. That's why Queen Amalis called me, and I, in turn, referred her to the Genovosi detective agency. Who's to say I can't find her jewels again? I'm surprised she didn't hold a grudge. Oh, she did. Caspar's still banned from Monticero, but I'm not Caspar. No, you're just a thorn in my side. Are all your siblings equally unhinged? All but Margaret. Why do you think I didn't want to go back? You roll your eyes and begin to scan the room. You notice a broken jewelry case, a high-tech security camera, and a vent near the floorboards. Well, looks like the glass is broken. Security system. Let's go with the security. You sit down at the store's computer to review the data from the day of the robbery. Tristan, do you know how long the jewels were on loan? 12 months, why? The security system date is set to 2 years from now. So when the system performed its regular scan, it didn't register the tiara's missing. That's clever. Very. I've never seen a system bug like this before. Either our thief knows tech, or working with a hacker. Go to the vents, then. You approach the vault's vents, raising an eyebrow at the thick yellow substance smeared on the outside of the edge. I don't know what that is, but I don't intend to put my face close enough to find out. You scrape up a sample and sniff at it. The sharp scent is oddly familiar. I think it's saffron hollandaise sauce. It's exclusive to a French restaurant over in Little Paris. Only true New Yorkers know it. So our thief is a local, snacks on French cuisine while stealing diamonds. It's a weird thing to have smeared all over the thing. You pull on a pair of gloves and kneel beside the smashed jewelry case, sifting through the pile of broken glass. It looks like the thief smashed the case, grabbed the tiara, disappointingly inelegant. That's how they want everyone to see it, but the evidence implies otherwise. He assembles several shards into a perfect circle. They cut their way in. Whoever stole these jewels has experience. They know how to cover their tracks. Plus that, and once you cut the hole, it's actually easier for something to break. So in summary, the thief is obviously a New York techie with sticky fingers, newcomer to this game, escalating from smaller crimes. A techie with sticky fingers. Swipe a sample of the hollandaise sauce into the bag. Not to mention, they have great taste in restaurants. I'm actually a tad impressed by this little operation. Casper could never have pulled off anything like it. No? Why not? He's all impulse and swagger, which is why he always gets caught, and also why he's usually forgiven. I'm sure being royalty doesn't hurt either. And now you know my secret. You and Tristan return to the detective agency to get your team's take on the evidence. Tristan notes wrinkles as your favorite hacker sniffs the sample taken from the vents. It's the puppy. Good girl. Your dog hopefully lifts her head as she catches a whiff of the clue in question. What's the good girl's name? We're just gonna go with default because I think we named the dog, but... Oh. Sorry, Alice, this is evidence. You recognize it, right? Wait. Saffron hollandaise, some sensation en bouche. Your boss, Malfana Genovese, gives Alice a consolative pat, rolling her eyes at the evidence in question. Are you saying our culprit snacked on eggs Benedict creme or crepe mid-heist? These criminals are getting too confident. Do we know any other jewel thefts reported in NYC? Not on this scale. Not for years. I don't understand. What is there to steal in America besides a few lab-created emeralds and diamond chips in turquoise boxes? Oh ho ho ho! You underestimate America very much. Don't answer that, Luke. Does the sauce give us anything? Other than a craving. It might help us narrow down our search. Luke taps at his keyboard. A map and multiple articles filling the screen. After a few minutes, the map enlarges to show a street in Little Paris. I found the pawn shop close to Sensation en Bouche, and it has a reputation for dealing in shadily procured high-end jewelry. If our thief is gonna fence the jewels, there's a good chance he'll do it there. Take the van, investigate the pawn shop. I want to see what our thief has sold in the past. And leave the dog with me. I doubt this establishment is pet-friendly. Admit it. You just want someone to cuddle with. In answer, Mafalda pats her lap. An exuberant Alice leaps into it. Mafalda grins, scratching Alice under the chin. The dog's a perk. Now stop staring and go. Consider it done, boss. A short while later, Luke parks the van in an alleyway opposite the pawn shop. Yep, seems very reputable. A rap on the door makes you jump. Who the hell? Calm down, I sent Ruby our coordinates ahead of time. Luke slides open the door to allow a familiar forensic analyst inside. Immediately, the van smells of takeout fills the van. Special delivery! Ruby, you're my hero. Chinese takeout, I guess. Someone told me you might need some jewels verified if you manage to find them. Oh, she missed us. Guilty. I've been devouring mystery books for weeks, but nothing beats the thrills of a real-life stakeout. She's not kidding. She's been getting through 3 a week since we solved the case of the heartache killer. They're just so fun. The one with the double catfish still sends chills down my spine. Shoot Tristan an amused look as you put your new state-of-the-art earpieces in place, then get out of the van. You flick your earpiece on, subtly talking to Luke and Ruby on the other side. Testing, testing. Luke, do you hear me? Luke's voice answers through the earpiece. Loud and clear. Hope you like the new tech. Amazing what bringing down a couple murderers will do for your funding. Maybe you'll be able to afford a fancy drone after our next case. So what's our cover, Chloe? I assume we're not going to waltz inside demand to see the diamonds. Thinking that we're newly engaged, and you're about to buy me the biggest diamond in Little Paris. Work for you? It would make me the happiest man in the fence store. Just make sure you lay the love on thick. Don't give the fence any reason to suspect why you're really here. That shouldn't be too hard. They already banter like a married couple. You and Tristan exchange a loaded glance. Suddenly the little distance between your hands feels like a great chasm. That's enough commentary from the peanut gallery. Come on, partner. You enter the pawn shop, arm in arm, and are met almost immediately by a salesman. Can I help you? Where do you sell jewelry? We're looking for an engagement ring for me. The higher the carat, the better. An engagement, huh? Warmed my heart. Gotta ask, who proposed? Ruby's voice echoes through the earpiece. I hope you covered this. Shut up. Who proposed? He did. He's a little whipped, which is just how I like him. How is it whipped if a guy proposes? It's a diss right there. It's a diss. It doesn't matter if a guy or a woman proposes, but don't go whipped because a guy does it. Being desperate to spend the rest of my life with you doesn't make me whipped, darling. I got the thing for a lucky couple like you. When's the big day? Hard to say. I'd marry him today, though. If we didn't have responsibilities, I'd drive us to the courthouse right this moment. Slow down. Your mother would gut me if we so much as look like we're thinking of eloping. Which is why we're going to distract her with a very fancy ring. Gotta start off with the future mother-in-law on the right foot. Whatever you're doing, I think it's working. The salesman retrieves a row of rings from a locked case for you to examine. The stones range from tasteful, glittering accents to undersized glaciers. Maybe one of these will fit you. Try this one, my love. His eyes meet yours, crinkling in a smile as he slides a ring with a large ruby on your ring finger. But is it the right one? I don't think I want any red in my engagement ring. I heard it's bad luck. Red is romantic. Red is passion. I think my romance and passion looks a little more traditional. Well, trust me, I'm a pro. I just need to know you better. What you looking forward to most about your wedding? I don't know. It's a weird question. It really is. Uniting? Bonding? I don't know. That's easy. Being with my one true love, of course. Totally going broke with overpriced dinners. The booze. Being with my one true love, of course. You look at Tristan, doing your best to look moon-eyed and fine. You don't have to try that hard. He's really all I need. The rest is icing on the cake. Delicious, expensive icing. I feel the sweet, sickening love from here, Chloe. It'll be worth every cent to be able to celebrate how we feel about each other with all of our friends and family. You feel your cheeks heat as he twines his fingers through yours. Remembering Luke and Ruby can hear your every word. It's gonna be quite a party. Well, I can certainly tell that your love's the real deal. You can tell all that? It must be true love. No question about it. I see loads of couples. Not many are in love as you seem to be. Well, when you're with the right person, it's hard to hide it. True words, never spoken. Darling, focus. I think that ring is the one. Tristan suddenly inclines his head towards a case of tiaras at the back of the store. That would make me feel like a princess. Then we need to find you a crown to match. May we look at some tiaras? Tiaras? Let me see what I got. The salesman carefully extracts 3 glittering tiaras from the case. You think back to Tristan's description as he sets them in front of you. Bronze with sapphires, gold with diamonds, silver with sapphires and diamonds. Shit. I think he did say sapphires and diamonds. I know it was something other than diamonds, so yeah, let's go with sapphires and diamonds. I think this one will fit quite nicely. The silver? Excellent choice, my love. It matches the ring perfectly. How much are you asking for it? You can try the silver tiara on, but I'm afraid it's not for sale. It's being saved for a special occasion. Special occasion, my ass. Tristan leans on the counter, turning the full force of his dazzling smile on the salesman. Well then, let's negotiate what you constitute as a special occasion, and I assure you money is of no object. The salesman stares at Tristan for a long moment, then recognition flares in his eyes. Hold the phone. You're Tristan Thorne, and you're that detective who took down the heartache killer, Chloe Rose. Oh, you know of us. Uh-oh, busted. Need an escape route, I can throw my takeout at him. I can't believe you're in my shop and getting married. You're an idiot. You're just an idiot. That's right. Just don't tell anybody it's a secret. Yeah, you can trust me. But could I maybe get a photo with you two? It would be our pleasure. The salesman locks the tiaras back into the cabinet, hands shaking with excitement. Let me just find my camera. This calls for film. He giddily disappears up a narrow set of stairs. Hold off on the takeout, Ruby. That went a lot better than I thought. Seizing your chance, you move to the back of the counter and rifle through the receipts and notebooks. That was Amalis' tiara, Tristan. No, but that ring you're wearing contains a jewel from the wedding necklace of Eugene de Montego, the last Empress of France. It made quite a splash when the necklace was stolen from the Galerie des Bourses a few years back. I'd recognize the cut of it anywhere. So this guy is definitely a fence, and I doubt there are 2 local thieves with a taste for royal diamonds. You pull open a drawer, rummaging through the papers until you find a leather-bound sales book. Let's see what's inside. Of course, if it's in code. Always the first sign that someone's running a legal operation. To your left, Tristan peers through a tower of haphazardly arranged boxes to a partially concealed doorway. This looks like the back room. I bet it's full of all kinds of stolen trinkets. Shall we have a peek? We have eyes on the guy in the upstairs window, Chloe, if you want to take a look around, now's your chance. If you find any other jewels back there, I may be able to track them. It's now or never. Diamond choice. Let's see what our guy has fenced. Good luck. We'll be on the other end the whole time. I certainly hope not the whole time. Tristan's eyes sparkle with mischief as he holds the curtain open for you. You stow the sales book on your person and slip past him, your hip brushing against his. The narrow room on the other side is curated and clean. Curios are placed on shelves with utmost care. So I'm noticing everything back here is a lot more high-end. If I were stashing precious stolen jewels, I'd also keep them all to myself. Not just jewels, check this out. We have an ancient Ankh, decorative fan, pirate medallion. You pick up a heavy gold coin inscribed with skulls and swords. Do you think it's cursed? Me hearty? I think it'd be fake, old matey. Look at the mess they've made of the Spanish inscription. I somehow doubt they meant to say potato. Oh, would you two stop goofing around? You have about 4 minutes to... Your earpiece cuts out. Luke, are you still there? Nothing but static. You look questioningly at Tristan. Nothing coming through mine either. This room must be a dead zone. Then how did he get through the first time? So you're telling me we're all alone in a tight space together? You catch his meaning and draw the tip of your burrowed prop down the center of his chest. Looks like it. Reminds me of 7 Minutes in Heaven, the time we were tossed in jail. My uncle's storage room at the bar. I guess those are all things that happened between book 1 and book 2. He grins, taking a step towards you. You can feel the heat radiating off of him. He's a little more private than a jail. Cozier, too. You shiver as his fingers skate down your arms. You lean in, your lips only a breath apart. Without pretense. Wrap Tristan around the waist, pull him against you. He sighs with relief as his lips find yours. Finally. You part your lips, letting his tongue meet yours in a slow, tantalizing dance. You lean back against the table, pulling him on top of you. He eagerly obliges, sliding between your legs, letting his weight rest on his forearms. Chloe. You linger there for a long moment, relishing in the relief of finally being able to touch his body with your own without anyone watching. Your hand slip beneath his shirt, tracing the divots between his toned muscles, lingering on the dusting of hair beneath your fingers. Oh. Your head lolls back as he peppers every exposed inch of your skin with kisses. You beg for him to come closer, parting your knees, your mouth. You trail the back of your hand down his arm when your borrowed ring snags on his shirt. Hey! Tristan sighs, stepping back to untangle your ring from the smooth fabric of his clothing. I knew this craftsmanship was cheap. The setting is loose. You pull away with a sigh and hold up your hand. The jewel sparkles in the dim light. Speaking of, maybe we should look for these jewels before the fence finds us in here. But I've already found one. That's cute, but when Tristan steps away from you, he holds a large pear-shaped diamond in his palm, a perfect match to the one set in the ring. Where on earth did you find this one? It's not a pear-shaped, it's a diamond, but sure, we'll go with it. Well, it's actually a teardrop, but it was hidden on the shelf with the medallion, ripe for the taking. As evidence, naturally, like Ruby suggested. We can't just re-steal a diamond. Unless it's for the greater good. This is for the greater good. This diamond will help us pin our thief for multiple crimes. If we leave it here, we may never see it again. But we're turning it over as soon as we've found our guy. I wasn't planning on keeping it. I preferred Drakovian rubies anyway. You chuckle and draw Tristan in for another kiss, just as your earpiece crackles back to life with a rush of static. Don't dare. We hear you loud and clear, Luke. How did that work? How did the earpiece cut in and then cut out and then cut in again? You and Tristan exchange a startled glance, grip each other's hands, and make a dash for the door. You return to the van, delivering the sales book into Luke's eager hands. Think you two can translate this? Is that a serious question, or just give me a few minutes to find the cipher? You toss Ruby the teardrop diamond. They called it that, but it didn't look like a damn pear, I'm just saying. Run this while you're at it. Whoa, this thing's huge. Is it real? You stole a diamond. We stole back a diamond. It's entirely different. Ruby examines a large diamond with a portable microscope as Luke scribbles code on a legal pad. I think we've got it. Does it say who the fence is working with? Our salesman uses code names for all of his contacts, but only Ricochet is getting crown-sized payouts. Who the hell is Ricochet? Luke gestures to his computer where he's compiled a dossier on the screen. We crowd around it to read it. Boy, that was quick. Security guard, formerly. Jewel thief, secretly. Known associates, blah 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 blah. Born raised in little pairs by a single mother. Pulled off major jewel heists across Europe using a unique bug to hack state-of-the-art security systems. Caught robbing the Met. Served a time for 15 years at Rikers. Released 6 months ago due to good behavior, overcrowding. A known foodie. Exclusively eats at my Michelin star restaurants. A jewel thief and a foodie. I would absolutely read a book series about this guy. No wonder he spent so much time pulling heists in Italy and France. The jewels are so-so, but the food impeccable. Roger DuPont has to be our guy. It'd explain the Hollandaise, oily pawn French jewels, or taste in jewelry. I'm gonna go with Hollandaise. We all know Sensation and Bush is the brunch place to be. Perfect for any foodie. I already stop there every weekend. It'd be my first stop out of prison, too. And every day after. What is the deal with the sauce? It can't be that special. When you've been out all night and Sweet Eggs Benedict is calling your name, it's heaven. Why do you think we're all such fans? The diamond you liberated, it's a molecular match for the stolen necklace of Eugenia de Montego, which makes it at least 660 years old. Or 160, sorry. You see, Chloe, and never forget a beautiful thing. A talent that will continue to come in handy in our line of work, I'm sure. The French police never got to as far as pinning the thief on for theft on Ricochet, but what they have is consistent with his MO. So, does your research tell us where we can find Ricochet? Nobody knows where he set up his base of operations. He disappeared as soon as he was released. Even if he's hiding somewhere in Little Paris, I assume we'll have a hard time discerning exactly where. I could do it, but it might take hours. It'd go a lot faster if I had an address to work off of. And Ricochet would have less time to sell. Once he does that, it's going to be like finding a diamond in a cubic zirconia stack. Perhaps we should pay a visit to Ricochet's favorite restaurant. Locate a reservation, pass delivery, something Luke can use. Diamond choice. A short drive later, Luke drives you off in front of a restaurant. Tristan looks around skeptically as the others look for a place to park. How can they call this Little Paris? Where's the architecture? The opera singers? The French might have slightly higher standards than our fellow New Yorkers. Tristan's eyes linger on you as you approach the restaurant. A smile plays on his lips. So, what's our cover this time? The engaged thing is so last hour. I want to flex my theater training. If it's your range you're looking for, we could be about to break up. I would never break up with someone over breakfast. It's sacred. You're the one doing the heartbreaking. Because no one has ever dumped me. What a notion. Luke cuts through your earpiece, aggressively clearing his throat. We could, just need one of you to cause a scene while the other snoops through the hostess's tablet. And here I'd hoped for a real challenge. Oh, that's still doable. I'll snoop, but first we need a distraction. Pretend you got stood up to be an entitled snob. That'll work out great for him. It should be pretty easy for you to slip back into that royal rich snobbery. I resent that. I've made an astronomical amount of personal progress since my royal birthright was ripped from my fingers. Uh-huh. You hang back as Tristan strides into the restaurant, drapes himself dramatically across the hostess's podium. Bonjour, do you have a reservation? My sweet girl, do I look like I need a reservation? He bypasses the hostess without so much as glancing at her, heading straight into the dining area. I'm sorry, but we're fully booked until 9 p.m. If you'd like to come back... Mademoiselle, I am not leaving until I've eaten something smothered in legendary hollandaise I keep hearing about. I don't even think about bringing it to me in a paper bag. You bite back a laugh and slide by the podium, tapping on the abandoned tablet. No password. Thank you, busy hostess. You flip through to the recent delivery orders. Several hundred transactions and addresses show up for the past week alone. I should research for Ricochet's real name. Shit! I had to really think about this for a minute. Roger. The list narrows down to orders made by Ricochet's legal name. Bingo. Hello, Roger DuPont. You found an address? I found 5. He uses a different one for every order. Are you sure it's the same guy? He's using the same phone number. Send the addresses to me. Well, she should probably send the phone number. You take a photo of the list and send it to Luke. While he looks into them, you return to the tablet to its lock screen and step away. These addresses are all in the warehouse district on the edge of Little Paris. None of them correspond to a specific building, though. One of them looks like a parking lot. This guy must be paranoid of this trail of breadcrumbs, so really get off on the cat and mouse games. That or he really doesn't want to be found. Too bad he has us on his trail. You catch Tristan's eye across the restaurant and give him a subtle nod. I'm sorry, but my hands are... Fine. I will accept this subpar offering. But the next time I come here, I'd better be met with porcelain and silverware. Good day to you. He snatches a takeout container from the hostess and stalks towards the door. You wait a moment, then follow. Nice tantrum. Never say I learned nothing from my mother. As night begins to fall, you and the team return to the agency to fill in your boss. It's very glossy and shiny cars. So, Ricochet is running his operation out of a warehouse. How many are there in the district? 18, but we can roll out any legit places. Like Dubious & Sons, aka New York's leading supplier of pacifiers for 38 years. And the illegal organizations we already know about. I doubt Ricochet's teamed up with the local drug front. What? You don't think drug runners and jewel thieves play well together? No, they don't. Drug runners don't play well with anyone. You can roll out the warehouse on the corner of Rocks and Napoleon, too. Now, one that's been empty for 2 years, but it's a perfect candidate. Yeah, for hosting Midnight Industrial Rave, not for stashing jewels. Ruby, how do you know that? You didn't think reading was my only hobby, did you? You are telling me all about this later. So, how many warehouses are left? 2. One is owned by Les Joie LLC. They have no paper trail except the time they hired a cleaning crew half a year ago. All indications say the other warehouse is a front for the mob. Would the mob work with a jewel thief? They'll work with almost anyone, so long as they get a cut. We should investigate Les Joie LLC. Ricochet's in Les Joie LLC. The cleaners were hired around the same time Ricochet was released from prison. I'm guessing he wanted his new base of operations sparkling clean in time for him to move in. Alright, it is. Let me see if they have a security feed. Luke's fingers fly across the laptop as he enters lines of code. Months later, a live feed of the warehouse fills the screen. A man reclines on a chair, his face matching the picture Luke attached to the dossier. Ricochet, we found our man. Excellent. I'll call it in. You take out your phone, make a call to Thompson, but it's not the captain who picks up. Morris's voice cuts through the dial tone. better be important, Rose. Where's Thompson? Interrogating our jewel thief. Oh, so you have Roger DuPont in custody? Who the hell are you talking about? Listen to me, Morris. You have the wrong man, and I can... The line goes dead, the others stare at you with varying degrees of sympathy. You would have figured after all the times we proved ourselves to be in the right that they would pull their head out of their ass. That bastard hung up on me. You tried, Rose, that's all you can do. I cannot overstate the following. Morris is dumber than a box of rocks. No arguments there. That's why we do what we do. We bring the bad guy on ourselves. A short drive later, Luke stops the van a block away from Ricochet's warehouse. You check your taser as you gear up. Tristan is brimming with excitement beside you. This is much more exhilarating than the last time I found the tiara. You didn't have to storm Casper's secret lair, tasers blazing? No, I clipped him on the ear and told him to stop being an opportunistic idiot. Oh, well, that is less fun. Alright, surveillance is up. Are you ready to... Wait! Ruby points to the security feed on the monitor. A woman is bound in a chair, helplessly struggling against the ropes. You curse under your breath. Is that a reporter? Team, this just turned into a hostage situation. Did it though? Did it? We could still go in tasers blazing. Alright, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Remember that if you did enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description of the video, check out all the cool things. Unfortunately, Chapter 2 will not be out today. Just says coming soon. Normally, they always give us 1 to 2 chapters, usually on the ladder of 2 chapters per new release of a book, but apparently they're just doing 1 this time, so that's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. So, hopefully y'all did enjoy. So, I'm just gonna say this. Today is a really bad day for me. Like, we're talking about really bad, like 20 out of 10. We'll go with that. So I do apologize if I did screw up at all during the book reading and you know, either mispronounce something or jumbled things up a little. I know I did here or there. Maybe it just flew under your radar, and right now you're just like, well, I accepted it as is. Just, let's put it this way. The air right now, quality-wise, is a 235 right now. It's actually really, really, really unhealthy. Anything above 250 is, like, dangerous. So, and then, you know, for me and my lung disease, it's pretty much like trying to be underwater and do choices and have your brain work, right? With, very low oxygen. So, think of it like that. Never have I encountered such bad air quality as I have today, right? So, periodically through this video, I had to pause, put on my mask, you know, sometimes for 5-10 minutes just to kind of like let the lungs do their thing, right? They have a natural way of kind of like trying to get bad stuff that you've breathed in, filtered out, and cleaned up, and then also your body's not being as taxed as it was, right? Just thought I would share all this with you, full transparency. So, yeah, no, that's been today. It's been a very, very taxing day so far. The day's not even over yet, and apparently this air quality will continue for at least the next 24 hours. So isn't that splendid and great and probably ER-inducing, so... Anyway, I know First Comes Love is gonna be up soon. I'll be doing that next. I already got Getaway Girls. You know, I'm catching up on that, but yeah, no, I thought I would just make it clear what was going on with today's book. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace.